These days, the top branches are related to computer science, AI, you are hearing about AI, ML, machine learning, so on and so forth. And you want to get into these fields because these fields are secure, they have the future. I'm going to talk about the core motivations, that core aspect that you should keep in your mind that will help you take the right decision. Are you okay being a football when somebody else is playing with your destiny? And I'm going to talk about all this with my experience of having taught and mentored lakhs of students like you in the last 15 years. And I'll tell you about my story as well. Should I take a drop or not? What if I take a drop? Will I improve or will I not? I've heard that drop year is full of hardships. Will I be able to take these hardships or not? I'm sure many such questions are doing rounds in your minds and you feel confused. You don't know how should you take these decisions. And that's why this video in next 20 minutes are going to tell you a lot about how you should take the decision. I'm going to talk about the core motivations, that core aspect that you should keep in your mind that will help you take the right decision about your own self. And I'm going to talk about all this with my experience of having taught and mentored lakhs of students like you in the last 15 years. I'm Pulkit, I'm co-founder of Vedantu, and I've been mentoring students like you for the last 15 years now, lakhs of students like you. I'm an alumnus of IIT Roorkee myself. And yes, I also took a drop back in my days, and I'll tell you about my story as well. But let me begin with a very simple question today. And that question is, first of all, why do you want to take a drop? So let me write it down. So why do you want to take a drop, first of all? And many of you say that, you know what, sir, I want to get into IIT. Whatever it takes, I want the IIT tag. Fair enough. You may or may not have got the best percentile this year, but whatever it is, you want IIT tag. Fair enough. Good decision making criteria. Many of you say that I want a top branch. You must have heard that these days the top branches are related to computer science, AI, you are hearing about AI, ML, machine learning, so on and so forth. And you want to get into these fields because these fields are secure, they are the future. Fair enough, right? And some of you say, sir, you know what? I have no option left. I'm not getting good percentile. I'm not getting into the top 20, 25, 30,000 ranks. I'm not going to get anything. So I have no other option. So I will anyways take a drop. Fair enough. But these are not the core reasons. Bacho. You had these reasons in your 11th and 12th as well. When you started your preparation, yes, you wanted to get into IIT. Yes, you wanted a top branch. You never wanted to be in a position where you had no option. So what will change in this drop year? And that's where my question starts. And that question for you is, tell me, think about this very carefully and tell me, does your percentile, whatever percentile that you've got, does your percentile define you? So what's this question? You may have got 96 percentile. You may have got 97, 98, 99, maybe 90, maybe 85. But ask yourself honestly, does this percentile define who you are? And how to answer that? Think about it. Did you give your best in the last 2 years? Did you do enough to justify your level in the last 2 years? So my question to you is, did you do enough? Did you give it your all in the last 2 years? If your answer is no, my next question to you is, are you okay with it? Are you okay with that? So let me tell you my story. I was not okay with it. When I was of your age, when I was in class 12th, I actually, when I was about to take this decision of should I take a drop or not, because, nobody around me was sure. My parents were not sure about it. My friends were not sure about it. I was not sure about it. So I did this internalization and I asked myself, in my 11th and 12th, did I do enough? Could I do enough? I'm sure you have your own reasons. Sir, I could not manage between school and the coaching. I did not know how to prepare. I did not have the right mentorship. I did not have the right material. But whatever it is, you've got some percentile. And are you okay with it? Are you okay being a football when somebody else is playing with your destiny? Are you okay with this percentile or the college that you are going to get, a label that is going to be stamped on you? Are you okay with that? You should be okay with it if you had given your best. but you had not given your best. If you have not given your best, how can you be okay with it? I was not. So then I thought and I told myself, I will give one more year and I'll give my best, and then whatever that I'll get, at least in my life, I'll be at peace with it, because I know I have in control of my destiny. Today, having not done enough, if you have not, think about it yourself. You are giving the control of your destiny to an examination that is going to give you a college that will become your identity for the rest of your life. Look at me. In class 12th, I did not get IIT. My rank was some 4,000-5,000 rank. In those days, we had just 3,000 seats in IIT. So I told to myself, I will give one more year. I gave it my best, and then, I got into IIT. And today, I proudly say, as in the beginning of this session, that I am a proud alumnus of IIT Roorkee. That's my identity. That defines me. And that college, once I got into that college gave me the platform, that gave me the confidence to then do whatever that I did in my life. I started 2 companies. I started Laksh, and then I started Vedantu. And I learned a lot in my college, that platform that I had got. So I at least was at peace with my controlling my destiny. Are you? And that is the core motivation I'm talking about. So 2 questions once again. Ask yourself, did you do enough? I'm not asking you the reasons. Don't give me excuses. That, sir, no mentorship, could not manage between school and this, didn't have the content, I got distracted, I was into the social media, my friends pulled time away from me, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, you got something that probably doesn't define who you are. Are you okay with it? You should know. If you're okay with it, you should not watch this video going ahead. Done. I think you have taken your decision. If you're okay with it, fine enough. You don't have to do anything. Go ahead. If you did your best, again, no problem. I respect that. In last 2 years, I put in all my effort. I got whatever that I deserved. Fair enough. You absolutely should not think about taking a drop, right? Go ahead, do best in whatever college that you're going to get, and shine, outshine, right? But if the answers to these questions are no, now you know what you need to do. Your answer should be yes, in my opinion. Right? I'm not going into all the other technicalities, but core motivation. And why am I talking about motivation? Because see, the drop year is full of hardships. There will be lots of hardships. There will be loneliness. You will get demotivated during the process. What will happen? You imagine you take a drop because you internalize this and you realize that you have to control your destiny and you want to give your best. You start with so much motivation. But what happens typically? You're the students of mathematics. At times your motivation sees this kind of a graph. What is this graph? You know this graph? It's an exponential decay curve, right? Your motivation starts decaying with time. You start with very high motivation and slowly your motivation starts going down, right? When the motivation does not drop, what is that core thing that you should do so that you can maintain that motivation within you without looking for motivation in the videos around or people around? The word for that is obsession. So I'm coming down to another concept. Now, you may argue, sir, I started 12th with a lot of motivation. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I have to solve lots of problems. I knew I could not manage school and coaching in 11th, but I knew in 12th how to manage that. I got good teachers by that time. I had good content by that time, but I still wasted my time. I still got distracted in social media. I still got demotivated in between. I still lost it somewhere in between. What tells me that I will not do it again in my drop year? My answer to all those questions is, you were not obsessed enough. You didn't live and breathe IIT. You didn't live and breathe your target. If you do that, you wouldn't get distracted. But we only get distracted in life when we have multiple things which we find important in our lives. Think about this. Watching an IPL match is important. Talking to my friend is important. Going to a family function is also important. Spending time with, my loved one is important. Everything is important. Study is also important, by the way. So your time gets distributed. I want you to get obsessed about that one thing that you find is important in your life. In this drop year, if you choose to take a drop, why are you taking a drop? Because you are not okay this exam labeling you. You're not okay being a mediocre. You want excellence. You want to get into the best. Then you should, put a poster in front of you. Write it everywhere in your room. Talk about it day in and day out. Get obsessed with it. Make it a matter of life and death. And when you do this, when you make something so important in your life, then nothing can distract you. That usually there is a saying which goes by this: if I made a plan, if I've set a target, if I've set my eyes on a target, even, I cannot deter myself from it. If I make a plan, even I cannot, let myself change that plan. That is the level of discipline that comes within you. So the word bachcho for you is obsession. Be obsessed with your goal. Hardships, loneliness, demotivation, your friends going into the college and posting fun videos, right, with their boyfriends and the girlfriends on the social media, that will not demotivate you, because you'll know, I will be there, I will be bloody better than you guys next year. By the way, many students ask me that this 1 year, I'm going behind by 1 year. Importance of this 1 year, bachcho. Look at me. How does that matter if my age is X or X plus 1? My age is 38 or 39. My age is 39 or 40. My age is 40 or 41. Does that even matter? It doesn't matter. In the scale of life, 1 year has absolutely no value. But in certain phases of life, 1 year has tremendous value. And you are at that stage, guys. You are at that stage in life when this 1 year has so much value. The return on investment of this 1 year is going to be disproportionate. It can mean a world of difference for you, right? So don't think that someone has gone 1 year ahead of me. Imagine this. What if your mother or your father had put you into the lower KG a year later or a year earlier? How does that even matter? It doesn't matter. But remember, now let me again summarize. Why take a drop? Yes, these are good reasons, but these reasons were already there in the previous years. That didn't do any good. Now the reason should be that you now should feel within that whatever that I've got is not what defines me truly. That percentile 96, 97, 90, 85, that's not me, because I couldn't do, because I didn't do enough. And I'm not okay with it. And hence, I'm ready to give in 1 more year to justify myself, to justify my level. But it will come with lots of hardships and sense of loneliness, and you might get demotivated. Answer to that is, get obsessed about your target. Get obsessed about finding yourself the best place in the world, right? Get obsessed about getting what you deserve in this life. And talk about it every day, every night. Write it everywhere. Okay? Shut down yourself from the social media, from all the people who have gone into the colleges, whatever random colleges that they might have gone into. Many of them might have done compromise with their own talent because they just want to have fun. But you are the one who don't want to do compromise with your own life. And hence, you are obsessed. You are getting crazy about getting the best for you. And that will help you go through all these hardships. And what will you learn in the process, bachcho? You will learn attitude. You learn attitude to, rise up from the ashes. Guys, you will get, such instances in life, such phases in life when you will be down, when you will be beaten down, when the scenarios are heavy on you, right? And you'll have to rise up. And I've seen those phases in my life many, many, many times. But you know what? My drop year and my having overcome all these hardships to achieve what I deserved gave me the confidence in life that whatever happens in life, whenever I go down in life, I will bloody rise again. And this is what you're going to learn in this year, beyond physics, chemistry, and maths. Remember this, right? So what you're going to learn is the attitude. In this year, you're going to learn the attitude to rise up, to kill it, to get the best that you deserve, always, no matter what. You don't compromise ever, right? And there's one more thing which I want to tell you, that yes, from the learning perspective, So may I ask you, will I improve? Okay, I'll put in hard work, but will you improve? So remember one thing, learning enhances. Learning is actually cyclic in nature, or learning enhances with every cycle you do. Every time you do a cycle or a revision or a repetition, it reinforces concepts in your mind and they suddenly get demystified, and you can actually solve the same things which you found difficult earlier so much better now. I'll give you an example of my roomie. My roomie at IIT, his name is Gunjan, and I saw him prepare with me since class 12th. So in class 12th, he used to struggle. I thought I was very good in physics, and he used to struggle in physics a lot. But he and we both took drop, and I see his brain evolve. Now the same concepts where he used to struggle in class 12th. By the way, he was putting in effort in class 12th as well. But in drop year, I suddenly saw him outshine. He suddenly started doing so much well in the same concepts, and that's natural. That's how our brain works. Remember when you entered in class 11th, you struggled with the very basic concepts, which today you find very easy to grasp and apply as well. One more year of hard work, of learning the same concept, solving lots of problems, suddenly the world will start demystifying. Today, all these concepts look like spread around you like a khichdi, right? But after this year, you'll see everything will start finding a pattern, and you'll see, oh, in exam, this comes and I've mastered this. In this concept, this comes, I've mastered this. Here, this, I've done lots of tests, I'm sorted. Come paper, come to me. I'm going to give you a thrashing. That's what happened. And that's always happens, bacho, right? Chalo, I'll not take more of your time. So these were the parameters which I wanted to give you. Some unconventional ones, nobody will talk about these aspects, but these are the aspects which matter, because unless until you're sorted with these aspects, you will not be able to take on these hardships of drop year. You will drop, you will get, you'll fall again, you'll get distracted again. So think about this. Remember, you should not be okay an exam labeling you without your giving best to it. You don't want to compromise with your life, and you need to be obsessed about getting the best for yourself. And I'll leave you with this thought and wish you all the very best. I am there to inspire you, to motivate you, to guide you, to teach you in your journey. And I'll be coming up with lots of sessions and academic sessions, problem solving sessions for you as we go ahead. Wish you all the very best. Take the right decision for yourself. And finally, bachcho, that's one thing which I always say, whatever that you do, do it happily with this beautiful y = x² on your faces. Keep smiling. All the very best.